story I hate.
From the quiet streets of Northport, Florida, came a voice so powerful it didn't seem possible it belonged to a child. Before the world knew her as the opera-singing sensation of America's Got Talent, young Emanne Beasha, born to a Jordanian father and American mother, had already been making waves in her own community. Her parents, recognizing an unusual sensitivity to pitch and tone at an early age, didn't simply see a child who liked to sing. They saw something else entirely. At just 6 years old, while most children were still learning nursery rhymes, Emanne was mimicking operatic arias with uncanny accuracy. No formal training, no stage school, just raw, instinctive control. Her clarity, vibrato, and breath support were described by vocal experts as textbook perfect, despite never having opened a textbook on the subject. That early gift quickly evolved into something far more serious, a calling. As her voice developed, so did her confidence, not in the way of flashy talent shows, but through small local performances, talent contests, and eventually regional showcases. Her rendition of classic opera pieces usually reserved for trained adults, began attracting attention. And in 2017, long before American TV audiences discovered her, Emanne stunned judges and viewers alike on Arab's Got Talent, winning the entire season at just 8 years old. She had already bridged continents, languages, and genres, and she hadn't even hit double digits in age. But the biggest stage in the world was still ahead of her, and what happened there would change everything. In 2019, a softly spoken girl stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage. The auditorium was filled with the usual buzz of anticipation, but no one in that room was prepared for what was about to unfold. Emanne Beasha, then just 10 years old, stood still under the lights, dressed modestly, her nerves barely visible beneath a carefully practiced smile. What followed wasn't just a performance, it was an international moment. She began singing Nessun Dorma, a notoriously difficult aria by Puccini, and as the first notes rang out, the energy in the room shifted. Judges leaned forward, the audience held its breath. The technical mastery she displayed, combined with an emotional resonance far beyond her years, left both casual viewers and vocal professionals speechless. Her voice soared through the theater with such clarity and power that it felt almost unreal. The result? A standing ovation. Judges with tears in their eyes. Viral clips racing across the internet within hours. Social media users from around the globe were asking the same question. How is this even possible? Not just because of her age, but because she didn't merely sing the notes. She told the story. She lived the aria. And in doing so, she touched something universal. From that moment, the headlines practically wrote themselves. Opera's youngest star, the voice of an angel, 10-year-old shocks the nation. But behind the scenes, Emanne remained composed, humble, as if unaware of just how extraordinary she truly was. It was a breakout moment most performers only dream of, and yet, this was just her beginning. What came next surprised everyone. Following her sensational run on America's Got Talent, it seemed inevitable that Emanne Beasha would become a household name. Though she didn't clinch the final prize, the public consensus was clear. Her career had only just begun. Analysts predicted record deals, global concert tours, and morning show appearances, a full media blitz. But strangely, none of that came. In the weeks following AGT's finale, the buzz began to quiet. Her name slipped from trending lists. Her face no longer graced morning talk shows or entertainment headlines. No record label announcements, no high-profile collaborations. For someone whose voice had captivated millions, the sudden stillness was jarring. Some fans remained hopeful, scouring her social media for updates. What they found were occasional glimpses, family photos, heartfelt thank yous, memories from the AGT stage. But noticeably absent, any signs of professional recording sessions, rehearsals, or major bookings. This wasn't just a delayed launch, it felt like a disappearance. And that's when whispers turned into full-blown speculation. What really caused Emanne's career to pause before it even began? In show business, silence often says more than a press release ever could, and in Emanne Beasha's case, her absence from the public eye became the loudest headline. Fans, journalists, and even music industry insiders began speculating. Was she dropped by her management? Were there health issues? Had she simply changed her mind? Online forums lit up with theories. Some claimed she was burned out. Others suspected internal disputes. But no official statements were ever released. No denials, no confirmations. Just a continued quiet that only deepened the mystery. For a child who had once lit up the AGT stage, the stillness felt almost eerie, especially considering how media-hungry talent scouts typically are with fresh young stars. And yet, Emanne, or those guiding her, offered no explanations. But behind the veil of silence, something more deliberate was unfolding. A family making a radical decision, one that would set her apart from nearly every child star before her. Sources close to the Beasha family paint a different picture, one not of tragedy or rejection, but of intention. After AGT, Emanne received no shortage of offers: record deals, TV features, touring schedules. But according to behind-the-scenes reports, her parents began turning them down, one by one. Not because of arrogance, but caution. They'd seen too many stories of child stars catapulted to fame too fast, only to crash under the weight of it. Instead of jumping into the celebrity machine, they focused on something far more rare: Emanne's humanity. She returned to school, reconnected with friends, focused on faith, family, and mental wellness. The message was clear. Their daughter's voice was a gift, not a product, and they were in no rush to monetize it. But even with that noble intention, fans still asked, was this Emanne's choice or a quiet form of control? According to insiders, Emanne's potential posed an unusual challenge. She wasn't a pop singer, rapper, or Disney Channel candidate. She was an opera prodigy, a classical crossover artist. And that genre, while celebrated, is notoriously difficult to market in today's mainstream landscape. Record executives want songs that chart, managers want viral content, and the opera world, it plays by entirely different rules. For a 10-year-old with opera roots, there wasn't a clear path. Too mature for kid-friendly labels, too young for the classical elite. It's been said that Emanne, or perhaps her family, resisted efforts to rebrand her into something more palatable, like pushing her into pop covers or flashy viral duets. She wasn't interested in trends. She was interested in music. And so, rather than compromise, she chose the unthinkable in modern entertainment. She stepped away. Emanne didn't quit music. She simply took it off the stage. While many fans assume she vanished, those close to her say she's still very much active, just not for public consumption. She continues to sing at national events, private cultural ceremonies, and family gatherings. There's no press, no glam team, no comeback trailers. Just a girl, now a teenager, who sings because she loves to, not because an agent scheduled her to. Her family remained consistent in interviews. Emanne was never missing. She was maturing. Her focus shifted to growth, balance, and preserving the joy that music once gave her, long before it was branded, monetized, or analyzed. Whispers of a comeback occasionally surface, and they all follow the same pattern. A studio photo with no caption, a cryptic Instagram clip of Emanne singing beside a piano, an industry executive claiming to have heard something big is coming. But to date, no official statement has confirmed a formal return. Some believe this is intentional, others say it's strategic. Either way, the Beasha family remains tight-lipped, and Emanne herself, she lets the music, when it appears, speak for her. If she is planning a return, those familiar with her approach say it will be unfiltered. Her songs, her voice, her timeline.